My name is Andre Middleton, and I am the executive director of an all-ages music nonprofit called Friends of Noise. We support and value youth participation in our arts and creative music ecosystem well before they're old enough to drink alcohol. So we host shows, we teach sound engineers. In fact, this young man, Benji, he's one of our interns, he's sound engineer, working with the sound crew. Can we give a big round of applause for the sound crew as well? They've made today, this whole weekend sounds incredible here at the Blues at the Interstate. So, a quick shout out to our also friends at Travel Oregon, Travel Portland. A quick reminder to our festival neighbors, please help keep our pathways and aisles free and clear. We don't want anybody tripping, we don't want anybody stumbling. So, without further ado, now join us for a journey through time and space as we explore the evolution. I'm just reading what's on here. As we explore the intersection of music, dance, specifically blues and jazz in both urban and rural settings. This show will cover 100 years, you heard that right, 100 years of blues music, highlighting major styles and trends significant to blues dance. Dance Mode Productions. Let's see, I want to say that one more time. Dance Mode Productions is Portland's premier blues and jazz dance company. So are we ready? Are we ready? Are you ready? So, a dance journey through blues featuring musicians Shelley Rudolph, Chance Hayden, Edwin Coleman III, and Tim Gilson. Let's do it.
Thank you so much for that fabulous introduction. I'm going to be guiding you on this journey through the blues over this next hour, and he already said so much of what I wanted to tell you. So I'm just going to jump into our first style of dance that we're showing today. It's a one-step style of dance. It's called Jazz Strut. Jazz Strut is a one-step dance that originally originated in New Orleans in the early 1900s. It's what would be considered a ballroomin' style of blues, and that travels around the floor. And so because it's a traveling dance, this is something you would have seen in more urban settings where there's big ballrooms and dance halls and things like that. In this number, we're going to be featuring the dancers Leon Pfeiffer, Holly Farwood, Dan Newsom, Julia Box, Dan Robinson, and Kenyon Acton. And the song is All of Me.
You see, I'm no good without you. Well, take my lips. I want to lose them. Yes, take my arms. I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. So how can I go on, dear, without you? Oh, you took the part that once was my heart. So why not
Wonderful. So that was Jazz Strut, a one-step traveling dance. Now we're going to see another variety of a one-step dance. One step just means that the dancers are all dancing the same beat, that every step lasts the same amount of time. So this next dance is called Blues Struttin', and instead of traveling around the floor, this is a dance that's usually done pretty much in the spot under you, and that's because it developed in like crowded dive bars and juke joints or house parties, so you didn't have a whole lot of room to travel around. So this is a style also that you probably would have seen more in the countryside than in the city, but still was danced in a variety of venues. So the next song that we have is Same Old Blues, and the dance style is Blues Struttin'. Different styles of one-step dances. Now we're going to show a few two-step dances, and that means there are two different kinds of steps in the dance. Dancers can either take slow steps or quick steps, so you're going to see more rhythmic variety happening in the footwork of these next dances. So the first one we're going to see is called Savoy Walks, also known as Swing Walks, and this is named after the very famous Savoy Ballroom in New York City. So that was a huge dance hall, very popular with the major bands of the 1920s and 30s in New York City. And they would play a lot of very high energy, fast swing songs. And both the dancers and the musicians would need a break sometimes. So they would play these slower jazz numbers or blues songs. And Savoy Walks were how dancers traveled around the floor and danced in a sort of more ballroom style to these slower songs. And this next song is Comes Love in the style of Billie Holiday, featuring, of course, our lovely Shelley Rudolph. And our dancers are Jerome Martin III and Lori Lynn Newman, Dan Robinson and Sherry Mundell, Stan Cunningham and Selena Glenn.
Comes the snow, you can get a little heat. Comes love, and nothing can be done. Well, comes the fire, you know what to do. Blow it tired, you can buy another shoe. Comes love, and nothing can be done. Well, don't try hiding, 'cause there isn't any use. Well, see your dance right away. Comes love, but nothing can be done.
All right, now we're going to go to the other end of the country. That was Savoy Ballroom in New York City in the 1920s. Now we're going to go to Balboa, California in the early 1900s, 20s, and 30s. There were super crowded dance pavilions on the Balboa Peninsula in Southern California in the early 1900s, and there was a lot of high energy, fast music being played there. And the dancers developed this new style of dancing that was able to handle that crowded space and faster music, and it's been called Balboa now after the place where it developed. So this is another two-step style of dance. In its earliest style, it was danced chest to chest in what we now call pure bow, but as dancers started to dance this style in other contexts and had more room to open up, and also other dance styles influenced them, we start to see other moves, other swing moves where they'll break away and come back together again. So in this next number, we're going to be featuring dancers Dan Newsom with Brenda Jean Russell, Dan Robinson with Julia Box, and Eric Chen with Sherry Mundell, and Stan Cunningham with Lori Lynn Newman.
I never cared much for moonlit skies, never winked back at firelight. Now that the stars in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on a mistletoe. Now that you turn your lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. Oh, we used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark that's a firelight. I never met love by lantern shine, never saw rainbows in my wine. Now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Oh, yeah. See the light. Oh
So we saw two styles of very different two-step dances that were from urban areas on opposite ends of the country. Now we're going to look at something that is maybe a little bit more rural, what you would see in the countryside in the deep south. This next song is going to be I Can't Be Satisfied in the style of Muddy Waters. And Muddy Waters is very well known for his later career in Chicago. He's called the father of modern Chicago blues, but his roots are in the South. He's from the Mississippi Delta, and you can hear those rural Southern roots in his recordings. So Julia and Brenda are going to demonstrate some very classic, old-timey, two-step style blues dancing that you would have seen in the Deep South dance to country blues music. Everything we've seen so far is demonstrations of really classic styles of social dances, which means that the dancers are improvising. Nothing is planned or choreographed. The dancers know these styles of dance, and they are listening to the music and letting that influence their creativity and making up what they're doing on the spot. But blues dancing has had a huge influence on choreography and dance shows throughout the 1900s in cabaret acts, vaudeville, floor shows, and into today. You still see a lot of blues influence on contemporary choreography. And so we're going to do a little choreography number here that is going to incorporate some of those classic blues idiom style dances. And it also is going to have Charleston, which is another two-step dance. It's probably the best known two-step dance that came out of North America. And also rumba, which is a Latin two-step style dance that has had a big influence in American dances. So this next one is a piece of choreography, and the song is St. Louis Blues. Awesome. So everything we've seen so far has been very early styles of blues dancing, all one steps and two steps. And now we're going to get into some of the classic blues grooves that are going to sound more familiar in modern music. The next three songs, we're going to go ahead and just play them back to back. I'm not going to say anything between the songs because I want you to get the opportunity to hear the different grooves in the music, like notice the changes, and also see how the dancers are dancing differently to those. You're going to see the dancers doing dances that have a single pulse, meaning they take one step and one step with no pulse in between, or a double pulse where they step, pulse, step, pulse. And you'll also see triples and shuffles where they're taking 3 steps in the space of 2 beats. Step, 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 or step, step, and step, step, and step, that kind of thing. So those dance styles, a single pulse is going to be slow drag. If it has a double pulse, we call it slow blues. And if it's a triple or a shuffle, we call it slow shuffle. And with that, take it away. Thanks. love the energy on that one. That was so great. Our next number is going to be a showcase number that demonstrates the drag blues style that emerged in the early 2000s. This is a dance style. In the early 2000s, if you were around, you might remember, there was a huge swing revival craze. Lots and lots of swing dancing. And those swing dancers wanted to be able to dance to blues songs and slower jazz tunes. And so they created this new style of blues dancing that we now call drag blues. And it was influenced by a lot of the earlier vintage styles that we've already seen, like the ballroomin' styles like Savoy Waltz and Strut. And then they also mixed in their own swing vernacular. And what resulted is a really dynamic and kind of showy style of blues dancing that was very popular to use in competitions and performances, as well as on the social floor. So this is early 2000s drag blues, and it's going to be demonstrated by Brenda Jean Russell and Dan Newsom. Our song is Summertime.
Standing by with summertime.
So in our next few numbers, we're going to be demonstrating some pretty subtle variations in timing. So to help sort of tune your mind and your eyes and your body into that, we're going to do some audience participation real quick. So the next numbers are going to show how musicians use syncopation and how the dancers also use syncopation as a direct response to what the musicians are doing. So for this audience participation bit, you're going to do this with me, and we are definitely going to speed up, but try not to speed up, okay? We're going to clap, snap, clap, snap. Yeah. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep that going, keep that going. All right. So what you're doing now, the 1, 2, 1, 2. You're doing the downbeat and the upbeat. The downbeat is 1, the upbeat is 2, 2. The dancers are going to show how they accent either the 1 or the 2. So you'll see Julia and Brenda either moving on the 1 or on the 2. Yeah, keep it going. Clap, snap, clap, snap. Yeah, give me a little, yeah. Clap. 1, 2, 1, 2. So you can see here, they're stepping on the 2, touching on the 1. they can change that up. And then what happens when the musicians introduce some syncopation and start playing something off of those strong beats? The dancers are going to respond to that by also moving on those weak beats. And so they add an extra step and it becomes a triple or a shuffle. So now you're seeing 3 steps happening in the space of 2 beats. And if they change where that accent happens, it goes from being a triple step to a shuffle step. So in this next number, we're going to see Chicago triple and Texas shuffle, and you're going to see different rhythms happening in the dance that will be either a 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. All right, our next song is I Want to Be Loved in the style of Muddy Waters, showing Chicago triple and Texas shuffle.
The spark in your eyes sets my soul on fire. Your kisses like angels above. The touch of your hand, baby, drives me insane. Well, baby, I wanna be loved. Well, I'm crazy about every little thing that you do. I even cherish your hug. Your kiss is so sweet, baby, they can't be beat. But baby, I wanna be loved. Every time I ask you on a date, you don't come at all your other days. I ask you to dance, then I'll spin. You say, wait a minute, baby, here comes my friend. I love the way you walk when you pass me by. Well, even when you try to stop, your kiss is so sweet, baby, they can't be beat. But baby, I wanna be loved.
Our next demonstration is going to feature a very special guest dancer, Charlie Ward, who is sharing with us a dance as part of his own background and history. He's going to be demonstrating Piedmont Triple. Piedmont Triple is a really interesting regional style of dance. It comes from the southeastern region of the United States, like the coastal plains up to the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia, the Carolinas, Georgia, and it's a dance style that responded to Piedmont-style blues. The blues music there features ragtime rhythms and guitar picking to express those rhythms. And so the Piedmont Triple dance that emerged there has this very different way of doing the triple step. So the Texas Shuffle, the Chicago Triple that we just saw, to take those 3 steps, the dancers are doing the easiest thing, which is alternating your feet. So it's like right, left, right, left, right, left. Those are how the triples are done. Piedmont Triple, you'll see it looks very different. It's a left, left, right, 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 left pattern. And so it ends up having this sort of like digging in on the sides feel. Once you see it and recognize it, you'll know it when you see it again. It's very, very identifiable. So it's traditionally danced to Piedmont-style blues, but it's a very versatile dance style. It can be danced to pretty much any country blues music. So this next one features Charlie Ward, again dancing Piedmont Triple. Dance and music is the precursor, the father, the mother to swing dances and swing music. So here we're going to show two of probably the most well-known styles of swing dance that emerged out of the blues. We're going to be seeing Lindy Hop and West Coast Swing. Now, these two styles of dance share a very similar basic structure to the dance, but you're going to see that they have a very different style and aesthetic as you see them being danced side by side. So Lindy Hop developed in the 1930s and 40s in New York City with African American dancers in Harlem dancing to very high energy swing music. They incorporated Charleston breakaways and had this very athletic style of dancing. West Coast Swing developed just a little bit later in the 1940s and 50s on the West Coast, mainly in California. And while it has the same basic structure of the dance, instead of the dancers moving in more circular patterns, it's very slotted. The dancers are moving more linearly. And so it was derived from Lindy Hop, but then also incorporated Western swing influences and jump blues. So we have almost the whole crew dancing in this number. It's sort of a dance battle of West Coast versus Lindy Hop. So I don't have time to introduce everybody, but I just want to thank the dancers that haven't been introduced yet. We have Jack Lim, Trina Siebert, Jay Holman, and Aisha Logic. Take it away.
North and south, they're both the best. But I only wanna go there as a guest, 'cause I love being here with you. I love the sea, I love the shore, I love the rocks and what is more. With you there, they'd never be all far, 'cause I love being here with you. We're singing in the shower, laughing by the hour. Life is such a breezy game. Love the weather, as long as we're together. I love to hear you say my name. I love good wine, fine cuisine, candlelight. I love the scene, 'cause baby, if you know what I mean, oh, I love being here with you. Yeah. Laughing by the hour, life is such a breezy game. Love all kinds of weather, as long as we're together. I love to hear you say my name. I love the thrill of New York shows. I love to kiss you on the nose. But I like to say before I know that I love being here with you. But I like to say before I know that I love being here with you. Oh, oh, I'd like to say before I know that I love being here with you.
Yeah, as we're reaching the end of our show, I want to take this opportunity to thank the band. As you know, this festival always features top-notch talent, and we're no different today. We're so grateful to be working with this fabulous band. Big hand for everybody here. We're featuring Chance Hayden on guitar, Shelley Rudolph on vocals, Edwin Coleman III on drums, Tim Gilson on bass, Bryn Roberts on keyboard, and Dave Evans on the saxophone today. And Chance, he has a brand new album out. He'll be doing a signing at the Music Millennium booth that's just right behind us in the shade here, right at the end of this set. So go over there, check it out, say hi to Chance, congratulate them on being a fabulous band, and thank them for providing our beautiful music today. All right. Thank you. So now, this last chunk of the show, we're getting into the party music vibes to go out on a bang. So this next one is a party dance that has had a big influence from the blues. If you really have ever gone out dancing or seen a movie, you've probably seen people doing this. It's the twist. It was a global dance craze in the 1960s, but you still see it a lot today. So for this and other dances, as we're going out of the show, feel free to participate. We invite audience participation. If you want to get up and do the twist right where you're at, you're welcome to do that. If you want to move out into the aisles or where there's space in the walkway, closer to the stage, you're welcome to do that. Just make sure that you're being mindful of the people around you. You know, don't twist so hard you slap somebody in the face. And so yeah, this next one is going to be the twist. The song is You Never Can Tell.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wish them well. Well, you can see that Pierre did truly love his mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame are on the chapel bell. C'est la vie, c'est a two-room Robux set. The coolerator was crammed with dividends and ginger ale. But when PF found work, the little money coming worked out well. C'est la vie, said the old folks, goes to show you never can tell. They had a high-five phone, no boy, then they let it blast. 700 little records, all rock, rhythm, and jazz. But when the sun went down, the rapid tempo of the music fell. C'est la vie, said the old folks, goes to show you never can tell. They bought a souped-up Jeep, was a cherry red 53. They drove it down to Orleans to celebrate the anniversary. It was there where Pierre was married to the lovely Mademoiselle. C'est la vie, say the old folks, goes to show you never can tell.
It's so wonderful to just see all the energy and how much fun everyone is having. So thank you for being here with us. Yeah, round of applause for you guys. So our next couple numbers, we're just going to play them back to back because these two numbers are super closely related as a dance. So first we're going to see a version of 5, 10, 15 Hours, which was a song originally recorded by Ruth Brown. And the rhythm in the song is called a stroll, and that's also the name of the dance that the dancers are doing. The stroll was a thing that happened in the 50s. It was a social mixer dance where boys or leaders would line up on one side of the floor and girls or followers would line up on the other, and they do sort of a set pattern walking up the column until they met a partner and then do a little solo shine down the aisle. It's a very folksy, old-timey kind of way for boys and girls to meet. It was compared to the Virginia Reel, which is an old folk dance. So this is the stroll, and then next we're gonna roll right into Soul Train. In the 1970s, there was a big, like, nostalgic revival of things from the 50s. At that time, it was just 20 years ago. It's kind of like us being like, oh, I love the 90s. And so one of the things that got revived was the stroll, and it got rebranded as the Soul Train by Don Cornelius, and it has the same thing as dancers forming a column and then doing a shine down the middle. So take it away, 5, 10, 15 Hours. one, and I hope that gets everybody up and moving. We're gonna do a second line. If you've ever been to New Orleans, you've ever seen jazz bands marching down the street, you've probably seen a second line form behind them. The second line is the dancers that follow the band. There's no wrong way to do it. Do what you feel. Dancers often use parasols or hankies or wave their hats. It's very fun. Everyone can do it. So we're gonna end with Aiko Aiko, a song that was originally recorded in 1953 and has had a lot of covers, and do the second line. So everybody join in if you want to. And thank you, you've been awesome. Thank you. This afternoon. It was so much fun to share this dance journey through blues with you. Again, Chance Hayden, Shelly Rudolph on vocals, and their band, Fabulous, and all the dancers from Dance Mode Productions, as well as the Portland community and beyond. Thank you so much.